Hey y'all, welcome back to Talk Fame to Me with B.Lynette. If you didn't catch my latest video breaking down Laila Ali's response to Clarissa Shields, pause this right here, go watch that, and then come back because baby, Clarissa just dropped a 20-minute video on her YouTube channel and we gotta discuss some things, okay? So Clarissa basically wanted to clear the air. She said Laila didn't just say she wasn't competition. She said none of the girls are.
Interview on the Breakfast Club with Laila Ali. Me and her were very friendly. This is what ignited the entire beef.
I don't think there's anyone there for me right now that would actually give me a good challenge. I'm not somebody who sits back and complains about things. You know, I think everything happens in due time. You got Clarissa Shields now, who's an Olympic champion. Mm-hmm. She's a young black girl, came out of Flint, Michigan, lived a hard life, went through a lot. She went to the Olympics, won twice. Women's boxing wasn't in the Olympics when I fought. She actually fights at the weight class I fought in. And she's doing great. Women's boxing is getting some good attention.
She claims that I took this out of context. And one thing I will say, she wasn't just saying that I wasn't good enough to inspire her and to give her a challenge. She was saying that all the women who were currently boxing could not give her a challenge.
And you know what? I had to sit with that for a minute because that statement on the surface sounds cocky. But if you really listen from a place of legacy, not ego, it makes sense. Let's use Whitney Houston as an example. Whitney's one of the greatest voices of all time, right? Now, do you think today's generation of singers are competition for Whitney? Probably not. And that's not shade, that's just levels. I mean, there are levels to greatness and times have changed. So when Laila said she didn't see competition, it didn't mean the girls weren't talented. It meant she comes from a different era, a different level of discipline and dominance. I mean, that's how I took it. But Clarissa, baby, it seems like you're looking for validation that you've already earned. Laila actually has given you compliments and acknowledgement before, but you're so focused on the idea that she didn't give you your flowers the way you wanted them that you might have kind of missed them. And here's the thing. Validation doesn't mean she has to jump in the ring and spar with you to prove it. Respect doesn't always show up in form of competition. Sometimes it's silence, sometimes it's advice, and sometimes it's just legacy speaking for itself. You said you and Laila had a big sister, little sister type of relationship. So,
training center where I was training for the Olympics at, and me and her developed a big sister and little sister relationship. And now I wonder if it was even genuine because she gave me bad advice. She told me to stay amateur and win as many Olympic gold medals as I can because there was no TV exposure and no money for women's boxing in the professionals. I went against her advice and I was the first woman to make $1 million in women's boxing.
If that's the case, why take her advice as hate? Big sisters don't tell you to lose weight or train harder to tear you down. They do it to make you better. Not every truth is a diss unless you're already insecure about that truth. Anyways, and Clarissa said Laila's advice wasn't needed because she's already accomplished things on her own, which is true. But ask yourself this. If things turned out well for you anyways, does that mean the advice would have hurt you? Or was it maybe meant to bless you regardless? See, basically I'm saying it was already written in the stars for you, or God has already written your story for you. You get what I'm saying? So whether her advice would have hindered you or shot you up to the stars, it really doesn't matter because it was already meant for you to make your $1 million and do it the way you wanted to do it. You get what I'm saying? Anyways, see, this is where ego and legacy start bumping heads. You can respect someone's greatness and still want your own moment. But when you start confusing constructive criticism with jealousy, that's where things get messy. And right now, this whole thing between Laila and Clarissa is giving me front row seats to a generational boxing match. Because, baby, if these two ever actually agreed to fight, I'll have my subscription money ready. I'm talking pay-per-view, snacks, water on the nightstand, and my phone on Do Not Disturb. It's giving old money versus new money. And I'm tuned in like it's championship night, okay? So, oh, let me clarify. Now, when I say old money versus new money, let me clarify what I meant because it's deeper than cash. Layla Ali represents old money energy, legacy, prestige, grace. Her confidence was inherited from the great Muhammad Ali. Her last name alone commands respect. Old money doesn't compete, they set the standard. They're used to being the example, not the challenger. Their confidence is quiet because it's already cemented. Clarissa Shields, she's that new money energy, loud, proud, self made, and unapologetic. She built her name from the ground up, no famous father, no inherited platform. Every win she's earned, she's fought for literally. New money demands recognition because they've had to create their own lane. They use their voice, their platform, and their confidence as armor. So this clash isn't about boxing, it's about legacy versus hunger. Layla speaks from legacy, Clarissa fights for hers. Layla's calm comes from her roots. Clarissa's fire comes from her rise. That's the real tension here. One is protecting the throne, a kingdom next door. And honestly, both are necessary because without old money, there's no blueprint. But without new money, there is no evolution. At this point, I'm ready to pay pay-per-view because it's giving old money, new money, legacy edition. But what do y'all think? Was Layla being dismissive or just honest about her era? And did Clarissa take it too personally or was she defending her name like any champ would? Drop your thoughts below, Fame Fam, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more celebrity commentary.